contract law that relate to the parties' fulfillment of their obligations under a contract. Performance refers to the satisfactory completion of the agreed-upon terms, while breach occurs when a party fails to fulfill their contractual obligations. Here are two examples of cases involving performance and breach. Case 1, Hochster v. Delator 1853. In this case, the defendant, Delator, entered into a contract with the plaintiff, Hochster, to engage Hochster as a courier for a 3-month period, starting from a specified date. However, prior to the agreed-upon start date, Delator informed Hochster that he no longer required his services. Hochster sued Delator for breach of contract. The court held that Hochster was entitled to immediate legal action and could sue for damages even before the agreed-upon start date. The court reasoned that by giving notice of the termination before the contract began, Delator demonstrated his intention not to perform his contractual obligations. This case establishes the principle that if one party communicates an intention not to perform the contract before the performance is due, the other party can treat it as a breach and seek legal remedies. Case 2, Cutter v. Powell 1795. In this case, the plaintiff, Cutter, entered into a contract with the defendant, Powell, to work as a seaman on a ship for a specific voyage. Unfortunately, during the voyage, Cutter fell ill and passed away before the completion of the contract. The plaintiff's estate sought to recover wages for the portion of the voyage that Cutter had completed. The defendant argued that the contract was entire and that Cutter's death discharged the contract. The court held that when a party dies or becomes incapacitated, preventing further performance, the contract is discharged. The estate of the deceased seaman was not entitled to wages for the incomplete portion of the voyage. This case illustrates that if performance becomes impossible due to an unforeseen event or circumstances beyond the control of the parties, the contract may be discharged. These cases demonstrate the significance of performance and breach in contract law. Parties are expected to fulfill their obligations under a contract, and failure to do so can result in a breach. The innocent party can seek legal remedies, such as damages or specific performance, to address the consequences of the breach.